Doreen Grand-Pichet is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen.
One of the ones that came in over the weekend, somebody said, I just want to say that this could be triggering. And I thought, a lot of the questions that we have, I should give that disclaimer. This isn't the one that said that, but I definitely think it has the potential to be triggering. So everybody hang on. This is from a dad who says, my daughter is 7 and autistic, partially verbal. During high stress situations, she goes mute. Anyway, she went to my sister's house all happy on Friday. It was a whole family get together. I had to run and deliver some packages. I was gone for like a half an hour. Anyway, when I got back, she was in different clothes and very clearly upset. I asked what happened, and my sister told me that she wet herself after she couldn't have a chocolate pop. Now, here's the thing with my girl. She would never wet herself purposefully. She has extreme anxiety around her toileting to the point of therapy. I don't know what this anxiety is caused by, but it's pretty severe. She was clearly distressed, so I took her home. In the car, she broke down sobbing, but was unable to tell me what happened. As soon as we got home, she took herself upstairs and put a pull-up on. Pull-ups being accessible for her is a recommendation so that she has more control over herself, and has been super cuddly since. She hasn't been using her AAC device or signing at all. She has 2 therapists, and she's due to see them in the next week to see if they'll be able to help me to understand what happened. My family has been awful. My sister, mainly, who's still claiming that she was being a brat and is doing this all for attention. I've since told every family member that they will not be seeing her or me until the truth has been told, which may be overkill, but I don't think my daughter would want to see anyone anyway. Obviously, this has upset a lot of people, especially those who don't know what happened. I'm standing by my statement. If my sister won't tell me of her own back, pressure from other family members may help her along. I'm slightly concerned that I'm being a major butthead, though, to those who want to see her and now can't. I'm starting to feel quite bad, despite having explained my situation in full. Am I the butthead here? And they say I am the dad in this situation. I just want to hug this dad, and I want to hug that little girl with permission, asking first, because this makes me so mad, Dr. Grand-Pichet. Talk to all of us.
Yeah, I know. And it's really, really tough and disturbing when our kids are clearly showing signs of distress and there's no way for us to know what has happened, right? So I want to be careful about this, because as a parent, I remember when I had my oldest daughter now, when she was really, really young, I allowed her, she was probably, 6 or so, I allowed her to go to her best friend's house for a couple of hours on an afternoon. I was very, very careful about my kids, whose home they went to. I never let them sleep over, that kind of stuff. But so she went over for a couple of days and a couple of hours, and when she came back, she said something like, the mom had us undress and take photos or something like that. I lost my mind, right? I just lost my mind. I called the mom, called the police. I completely lost it. And, but so stuff like that does happen, right? On the other hand, it's also possible that everyone has their own parenting style. And for instance, the sister in this case may have not known how to handle a child with special needs, how to manage, how to communicate, and perhaps someone in their home has been punitive or has whatever it is, right? And maybe it was done without bad intention, right? It was done out of just not knowing better. And now, of course, they're angry because your child is by showing these signs is communicating, right? And I always say our kids, their behaviors are their form of communication. And so now whoever maybe yelled at her or punished her in some way or made her uncomfortable is doubling down because they don't want to be the culprit. So I don't know. I mean, I think there's value in allowing some of the family, some of the individual members who really want to see her to come over and visit as long as you're there. I think it's important for your child to not develop a major phobia at this point. I'm always very careful about how the child reacts. We have our own feelings, but our kids will see our anger and our protection of them, and then they sometimes may interpret that as oh, I have to be afraid of people, I have to be afraid of something, and then that becomes like a major phobia. So I would reintroduce her to at least some of the family members, the ones that were maybe less involved with this situation, and just make sure that it is gradual and that, you let this moment pass. The past is the past. There's very little we can do about it other than learn. And, it's a learning situation, obviously, for everyone where you no longer trust that particular group to leave your child there. So that's a lesson learned. But going forward, there might be other things that are important for your child, for your daughter, to be able to interact with the family or participate in some social family events.
What I love about what this dad has done, and I just want to, congratulate him, because I know that when you do something and you draw a line and you go, am I the butthead here? Am I the butthead here? And I just want to say what's clear to me is that you chose your daughter.
Yep.
And that's clear to your family, and that's clear to your sister.
Yeah.
And that needs to be clear to your sister, because I don't know what happened, but the fact that she's doubling down on the fact that your daughter was a brat.
Yeah.
I just want to take off my shoes. Do you know what I'm saying?
And you're right, Shannon. Don't feel guilty about it. Sometimes we look back and we're like, oh, did I overreact? That's not, you did the right thing. And good for you for reacting that way, because I think it makes everyone understand how important this is, how protective you are, how you don't care, and you'll go to any limits to protect your child. So I think that's all good. I wouldn't feel bad at all. I don't think you've done anything wrong at all. And good for you for actually reacting that way, because I think people need to realize just because a child can't communicate, you can't. It's just horrible. It's horrible.
And what a wonderful message in all of this mess. And I feel so bad for you and for your daughter. But that's a good thing that came out of this, was that she will see that you are choosing her, and the rest of your family saw it too. And if they don't toe the line, you know what I say? Ta-ta.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. I'm going to pick my kid. So, and you have your feelings about that over there. They're none of my business how you feel about that. So I'm setting that down.
Constantly good for setting boundaries and standing your ground. I fully agree with that. Good job.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.